What's happening, fam? L.A.R. movement still moving. Subscriber died trying. You see the thumbnail. Like, if you met the one, what would you do? What you doing? Because, you know, we talk about, you know, the red pill, you know, the relationship stuff and this, that, and the third. But what happens if you actually meet the one? What you doing? Like, for the guys, are you going to nitpick her out of being the one? For the ladies, are you going to nitpick him out of being the one? You know, are you going to take the ideology over the person? You know, like, ladies, you met the one and then, but he ain't got the bag and I'm out to get the bag. Okay. So, or, you know, I want to see, I'm for the streets. So, you know, blah, blah, blah. Guys are the same thing. Like, if you meet the one, what happens when you go, you know what? I want to, you know, I got options. I don't really need to settle down with you. I know you the one and all, but you'll be here when I get back. Like, what you doing when you meet, quote unquote, the one? And the one is the one that, you know, or is the one that you just decide to choose whenever you feel like it. Like, but because what I think about a lot of times is a lot of us don't want to necessarily be alone, but we don't want to necessarily be committed. You know what I'm saying? So if I meet the one, how can I meet the one and keep the one on ice? Feel like a rapper? I'm a rapper. Don't worry about it. But that dynamic is what comes into play all the time. You know what I'm saying? Or what if you meet the one and you're average and they're average, but you see yourself as above average and you see them as beneath you because they're average? Well, they the one, but, you know what I'm saying, they not really on my level because, you know, they're 5 and I'm like a 7.5 on a bad day. No, you like a 5.5 on a good day. So, what we gonna do? See what I'm saying? Then you gotta, you know, I take into consideration things like, how can I put this? You met the one, but maybe you got your ex on a pedestal. You know what I'm saying? Or maybe you got a fantasy person on the pedestal. So what you doing? Like, are you gonna get rid of the pedestal or the fantasy or the fetish or the person that you ideally see yourself with? Or you gonna choose the quote unquote the one? Could you be with the one if the sex isn't as good as people in your past? See what I'm saying? Could you be with the one if they were hard working, but they weren't well off, and you would have to have a hard working life? Could you do that? Could you still be with the one? What you doing? I gotta ask, you know, for a plethora of reasons. And, you know, take this a little bit further from time to time. When people say you want to grow together and build together, could you be with the one if you saw them actively evolving while you were talking, but you didn't necessarily, you didn't like everything about them? You know, the 80-20 rule. You like 80% of what they had to offer, but the 20 you just didn't. You know, what if they made a good impression, but somebody made a better impression, but they were a better person? You get what I'm saying? Could you be with the one? Would they still be the one? What would you do? Would you say, you know what? I'm done. Or, because, you know, just talking, fellas, you know, and it's talking about, you know, settling down in the sense of, you know the difference between who you're going to keep and who you're going to just sleep with. What happens if you met the one, but you still want to get this the promiscuity out of your system? What happens? What you gonna do? You gonna give up the being promiscuous, or you gonna commit. You know what I'm saying? Or you're gonna try to do both. What if you're a cheater? Could you stop cheating to be with the one? You know, if settling down mean you wanted to make some changes, but this person, you know, this person's presence kind of pushed you to making changes, and you don't want to change right then and there, what would you do? Would you stall? Would you procrastinate? Would you lie? Would you manipulate? You know what I'm saying? You know, watching some of those put a ring on it videos, you know, what if you met the one and you didn't want to lose them, but you didn't want to keep them? What you doing? You're hoping that they're going to forgive you over and over again. If you met the one and you said, you know what, not right now, and they moved on and they got with somebody else and somebody else chose them, what you going to do? You going to come back like Dwayne Wayne at the wedding when Whitley Gilbert was getting married? Like, what you going to do? Like, what are you doing if you meet the one? Because some of these conversations, people are not saying they're regretting that they had somebody who was the one, but they let the other stuff get in the way. And now they already made the decision about the other stuff, but now there ain't no going back. And now they can't find another one. You feel me? So tell me what you think. Like, share, subscribe, or die trying. Peace.